listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening, welcome to Inside the Box here, coming at you live Sunday night. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, the bitch of bitches, and I'm here to destroy any and all egos. And I got to tell you, there's one beautiful, beautiful thing about sitting where I'm sitting right now. Because you can hate me as much as you want, and I'll get your goat. And you can love me as much as you want, and if I can get your goat, I'll still get you. You see, the goat is the Capricorn. That's the climb. That's the mountain. That's the ram. That's the one that gets you to the top of the hill. And if I can get your goat at any point up that mountain, you know what I mean by getting your goat, then I own your intent. I own mind, and I'm trying to show you how to claim your goats back. Because if someone can get your goat, you've been got. If somebody can plant a seed within your mind, this is the joy, the absolute joy of the program that we have all been so beautifully programmed with, because once you know who you are, that greatest strength of the system now becomes its greatest weakness. I can plant ever seeds I want. So I'm not going to be hanging out too long tonight. I'm going to sit back tonight, but I do want to cover a couple of things, and I'm going to put on one of the Sivan Bomer interviews that I was part of. October, November last year. The main reason being is Sivan is wonderful at illustrating many things, but one of the cherry picks that I get from Sivan is his description of the energies. And this game is all about energies. So here, one sec, guys. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just there was barking in the background. Some crazy dog. Anyway, that's all good. Now, I want to replay that. There's a lot of reasons, and I only follow my heart, right? My intent, intuitive. And I want people to sit back a bit tonight without having to worry about asking questions or this or that or the other. And I'll also open the floor up to Mike and Mark if they want to take this, but I'm quite content with doing this, and you guys can let me know. Just text me on Skype or whatever if you want to do that, because I'm wide open for anything. I also want to give you guys a break from me. I need this to really start sinking in, and I'm not going to play any role that might even resemble someone that's going to come and rescue you, or someone that's going to be perceived as a savior or a pet of any nature. And I'm going to tell you why I know this, because those that still come at me with this less than benevolent intention, it's cool. Like I said, hate me as much as you want, because I own your goat. And I'm not going to give it back until you actually take it back. So please, have at her. There's nothing more disarming to an ego when there isn't one to play with. And we're at that point in this movie now where I can really bring this forward. For me to even begin describing the absolute hilarity of this game that everyone is still taking so seriously is far beyond words any longer. So what I'm going to do tonight is going to be more of a continuation. Actually, there's something I need to write to really get this across to you guys, to see what's really, really going on here. If you're getting caught up in literals, now let me tell you what an indigo child is, just to show you the joke, right? Let me see, what did I say? How did I put that to you earlier? Oh, indigo? Indigo, okay? That's indigo. So someone that's calling themselves an indigo child is telling me one of two things: that they're not in the ego, or in the ego. All right, so be careful when you want to walk around, putting a title on yourself. Oh, title. I think you pronounce it title, right? And get into seriously, guys, just take 2 or 3 words and play with them. I was talking with a friend last night where I can take the letter I and create every letter in the alphabet with it based on phonics. Every letter. I can go right through the gauntlet. And once I own every letter, what do I have then? Well, I have every possible spelling of every possible sound on this planet. Oh, let me see. That means, that's right. I've recaptured my intent fully. The crow has come to roost in the crow's nest. That's your highest point. It's the highest point for observation on any ship. The crow's nest. They called it that for a reason. We did. We called it that. There's no divide and conquer. And another illustration, and I've had some people posting some stuff. Again, about names, this is not about giving it personally or taking it personally. I don't give a shit. I really don't. You're going to take whatever is given any way you wish. I can't change your mind. That's your job. How are you looking at it? If you have an emotional reaction or emotional response to it, then I have your goat. I own you. And I will walk you up and down until I can show you where the most perfect point of light in you that I know exists, because I am you. I am intent. And that's the only intent I have, right? I've explained everything about me over the years, literally. There is no hiding. There's no need to, because consciousness is all things. And when we start to get that, you won't be worried about having, a private server or a private. And again, whatever. I just go along with the flow. But I see and read things entirely differently than most people around me. So, and that's not. Well, I can hear the egos. I just felt them. Well, aren't you special, Kate? I said, yeah, I'm special, Kate. So are you. I told you all that you're all spirit of love. So tell me what part of you isn't Kate. So go ahead, attack yourself. Knock yourself out. Have fun with that. And then when you come back around on the full circle again, I'll sit there and I'll go, you're going to go around again? You're going to get dizzy doing that. Not only that, if you get dizzy, you're going to fall down. Oh, yeah, this game is just beyond funny now. I can't even begin to describe 20 minutes of my day now, because it's all coincidence, coincidence, right? Co, together, in, not, side, to kill, ence, mind. Or it could be co, in, side, ence, which means two, there's your cooperative duality, in the killing of mind. Every word, I've said this many times, every word means it's equal and opposite. But you're never going to hear it until you shut up long enough and slow down long enough, drive-through truthers. I want the answer now, Kate. Where's my bottle? I need my soother, my diapers. Would you, I'm not here to save anybody but me. Because the only one having my experience is me. That's my Christ, my experience. That's why you have all 12 disciplines within you. You kind of got a body that was given, that you're walking around in. It's not yours unless you want to take it with you after you decide to opt out of it. There's for you. You want a meat stick? Here's another example of something that I come across, and I see it fairly regular. People still caught in the matrix. Oh, the birth certificate name is fraud. Everything we do is fraud. The government's been stealing our money through these trusts. And it's like, okay, what part of the clue are you missing here? You're still seeing the literal. You're still owned by the money. You're still owned by the trust, by the possessions, and all the rest of the shit that's in the matrix. It's an allegorical clue to the spiritual, and this is where I talk. And this is why I have such a difficult time sometimes, but I play with it. I have some fun with it. And it's not about being right. That's the only thing that matters, is being right, on the right side, in the divine feminine positive, with the divine masculine positive creating. That's where the vampire and the werewolf come together at the end of the movie called Underworld Awakening. And I sat here and did we not have fun with that movie? Yeah. How many times did we laugh? All through it. Because what I was doing was showing the energies as they're interacting. I was showing the disciples, the disciplines. It's all there. Everything is right there in front of you. When you connect the numbers with the letters, with the sounds, with the music, with the astrotheology, with the biblical allegory, take all of these beautiful things and bring them together, and only then will you see the common thread. That's why Einstein couldn't prove his theory of relativity, because he was only dealing with one element, and it didn't involve sound. He was dealing only in math. And you will never connect all of the dots with one science. Science, that's spirit mind. You must look at all the sciences. You got to bring them all together. And there's only one common thread throughout everything. Sound. Phoenician. And I use that just as an allegorical representation of what it is I'm talking about. So for me, it's about me writing my own dictionary. Aries, by the way, is the ram of God, not the Aries god of war. You see? Mirror, mirror. Aries, you say Aries, I can give you the Lamb of God, and I can give you Satan all at the same time. Because they're both one and the same. The only thing that changes it is your perspective. How are you looking at it? What programs and emotions are running within you to stop you from doing that? You gotta be prepared. Excuse me. You've got to come to the table already stripped of emotions, where you sit in a neutral position and you listen to the voice of God, which is, I'm just one point of view. I'm just a voice in your head right now, as everyone is a voice in mine, telling me what I need in terms of me. And phi, X, right? There's the creation of life in action of me. That's what it means to fix. There's nothing broken. That's stupid. Everything's perfect. In the physical world, we have the illusions of imperfection. But then again, that's what perfection is. It is an imperfection, and that is very boring. And so we play these silly little games. And they're quite extravagant. They are intricate to such a degree that you can't do anything but laugh and be in awe of our creation. What God are you creating in your image? Are you trying to shape someone else outside of you with your opinions? If you're doing that, then you're trespassing on the free will choice of another to have an experience. A lemming wants to jump off the cliff. I'm going to sit there with a pina colada and a lawn chair and going, I wouldn't do that. And then if they're awake enough and ask me, well, why not? Everyone else is. Well, I'm going to tell you, well, if you go there, that's not a good experience. You're going to bust everything apart, aren't you? Well, what do you mean? Everyone else is doing it, but can you see where they're at? Well, no, it's a long way down there. Well, take a leap of faith in the physical, and you destroy the physical. Good news is you get another experience. You come back, and that light at the end of the tunnel is you popping back out of another vagina somewhere. Gosh, Kate, never thought of that. Well, see, that's what I do. I spend so much time in literal meditation, even in a waking state. I'm constantly in that state of being. This is all I do. This is because it's way too much fun. When you start experiencing the bliss, I don't know about you, if you can have something that, imagine a favorite ice cream that you would never get sick of and never get full of. Every bite of ice cream tastes like the very first one every time. This is the game I'm in. So have at her, take a run at me. I don't care. Come in and try to pick a cat fight if you want. Yeah, I ain't going to bite your hook. And people already know that. I'm not going to get on it. And I'm done dramatizing, playing along with everything and everyone at the table to get into the ego with you so that you can see it and I can experience it so you can hear me, the true me, through the beautiful allegory called the ego. Ego will always identify with itself. So I might as well use it, That's what ego identifies with. And until people can actually stand back and say, you can throw all the hate you want at me, I'm going to smile. And you can throw all the love you want at me, and I'm going to smile. Because at that point, your ego is destroyed. There's no fight. So you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to sit there and absorb and just be in the moment and hang out in this beautiful place, or you're going to listen to your ego, have all sorts of opinions, and walk away. And then the universe will come back and hit you with a feather, maybe a pebble, Mack truck, maybe a mountain. Depends on the level of opinion that you think you need to hold on to. And this is Groundhog Day, boys and girls, and this is why the game is over. And I already know that. I've already had... Well, the Twin Towers fell today. If anyone saw the west, left, port, Cane mine, Virginia. So there's the divine feminine negative twin towers, and I'm going to tell you what the towers are allegorically here. 300-foot tower falls down, hits the guy lines on a shorter tower. I'm not sure. I think it was 60 feet tall. So there's your the negative trinity falling and taking out the hex, because it will. Evil will destroy itself. You just have to let it. And the more you fight it, well, resist it. What you're doing is you're not shining the light of God on the cyst so you can heal it. What you're doing is shining the light of God, you, on it so that you can re-embellish it. You know, go ahead and embellish that chord. Sorry, I don't embellish chords. I just play the straight up. Have a few little tricks here and there, but no, I don't embellish chords. Yeah, so here's the Twin Towers. I'm going to show you the layers of society, and you're going to understand exactly why the power is where the power is now. You see, you have the general public, I think you call it, right? There's the masses at that level, okay? The vast majority of humanity. And then above them are the walkers between the worlds, protecting, serving, and ticketing and all the rest of it. And most of the, I got to tell you, I would say the vast majority of cops don't know this. They're being used as the dogs by the very few chiefs. There's your power source, and this was pointed out to me very clearly. And I'm going to go back to the story, and I'm going to show you how I saw this and how it all comes together right now. The former deputy chief of Guelph, the royal family name, it had to be, just a coincidence, only spent 3 years, there's that 3 again, as the deputy chief, because as soon as he found out what was really going on, he was suicidal. The name was Brent Eden. You can't make this shit up, okay? And the thief of daylight, Rob Davis, Rob Davies, Rob your sight, he was the one that had his ass handed to him after 2 weeks into my solitary. It's kind of neat. We're big story on both of us on the same page. But mine was above his. You see what I'm saying? Right? Do you want to know what a free man on the land is? A free man on the land is a bond servant. That's what a cop is. They are you see, everything you want to accuse everything outside of you is actually what you are. The true free man on the land are the cops. And there's, the Society of Chiefs and all the rest of it. You can't make this up. Around the world, those are the capo of the mafia, which is not the government above them. No. I've already had a lot of this confirmed, if not all of it. Well, to my satisfaction, because I can see this. The ones above them, the typical government, they're powerless too, and they're even dumber. Your public servants, your politicians, and all the rest of it, they're dumber. And there's a few of them that are in on this, just to make sure that all the levels are connected, right? You have some at public level, you have some at cop level. Well, of course, that's the main walker between the worlds to divide and conquer us. And then you have some at the government levels, all the way up, and then you have the overseers, the ones that are that part of our consciousness that is controlling the entire game through Phoenician. But that's all been decoded now. This game is over. So the Twin Towers falling today. The big tower, that would be what you would probably literally deem the elite or the no-lights, right? And then the smaller tower, which is only a fifth, a Venus of the large tower, which is the capo, or like a capo on a guitar. I just take the capo off my guitar to get the true tuning. I'm not going to have somebody retuning my guitar for me, so I'll take the capo or capo off, you see. And as a net result, the little tower, the hex, the 6 part, was taken down as well. All of the Gaia lines, Gaia, masculine, all of the negative masculine intent lines, lie, minds, lie, N, right? Anytime you see N, it means it's mine. It means you take possession of it. So that was all perfectly laid out today. Beautiful. It was beyond stunning. But anyway, if you're still looking at the literal, you're missing the lateral. And go ahead, stay on your timeline. That's okay. Don't worry. The point of consciousness that I'm working for, in moving laterally, I'm going to get that version of you in that timeline. If you want to leave your consciousness behind, then you go ahead. You're going to keep playing Groundhog Day until you get this, because that body that you're walking around in, how many lifetimes are you going to walk around in the same body, going over and over and over again, playing the same game? You don't graduate out of the meat stick you're in until you graduate out of the meat stick you're in. Now, these might sound very profound, but then again, we've got a very profound group at this table. For finding profound. Huh. Just a coincidence, I have to assure you. Anyway, listen, I've got a caller in here. I really do want to do the Savan thing and give you guys a bit of a mental break so that you can have some peace. And oh, by the way, this Twin Towers had to be when Saturn was in Gemini. It was on Saturday, Saturn's Day, and here we are on Sunday. Soon, S-U-N, soon Sun is Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd. Oh, there's that duality thing come together. And you don't need nations. You don't have to create nations. Are you still playing this divide and conquer physical meat stick game? When are you going to figure it out that you're all things? You own nothing and everything. Let that sink in. The only land you own is the land you're standing on, or standing or sitting on it. Nothing else. No, the children are going to finally learn how to share. Oh, and just to dispel every concept of any sort of fucking barter trade nonsense, physical shite. I don't care if it's Bitcoin, Nasara, Opt, cash, gold, silver, all of it. Swiss Indo, any of this shit. Because I'm going to tell you why it's going to fail. Because one, it's an illusion outside of you. Two, it's value placed outside of you. Three, I need you all to tell me right now exactly how a and they're on the earth, they're here, you can see them. Mentally handicapped, retarded, mute, quadriplegics in wheelchairs. Tell me how they're going to sign a promissory fucking note. Tell me how they're going to give value in this illusion of gimme, gimme, gimme land that we're all living in. I'm going to tell you the value that they give, and it's far greater than anything you can imagine. The value they give is in the nurturing we learn. Blessed are those that have mentally handicapped children, for they have been given a quest of a high order. They have been entrusted with the most delicate of our consciousness to look after, to be patient, to learn how to suffer unto themselves, the little children. That's why your money schemes, that's why your gold, your silvers, and jewels, and all the rest of this nonsense is worthless to me. I am priceless. You cannot put a price on. I cannot be bought. I've proven that time and time again. There is nothing in this universe greater than me, because I am the universe. Now try saying that. And if people still look at me outside of themselves as me being something separate, then they need to give their fucking heads a shake. And the things that are coming out of my face that might make you feel uncomfortable has got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with you. If things that I'm saying are getting your goat, then someone else has your Christ. You're still not there yet. And this road is so simple. It's just not easy. You just have to decide when you've had enough. Pick a fight, expect to fight. You created it. There's your free man on the land, sovereign citizen, patriot. Fucking gimmies. There's all your divide and conquers that want to go around and keep putting fucking lines on the planet. I've watched them come up and fall flat in their face because I know it's not truth. Squamish sovereign nation, divine province, there's many of them. They're still trying to operate in a physical sense. They have no idea of who and what they are. And I can hear all the but, Kates. Now, that's not for me to answer. That's for you. Someone even asked me for a step-by-step how to get out of the system. Sorry. If you need to ask me that, then you just stay in the nanny state because you're not ready to grow up yet. And that's okay. It took me a while to figure it out. But I didn't have an instruction manual, and I decided that to stand in truth was all I would do. I didn't have an instruction manual to the panic I endured, waking up to these things, putting it all on the line. You will have nothing left until you have nothing, and then you have everything. Let me translate. You will have nothing left, i.e., carnal thoughts, possessed mind, until you have nothing left. The most dangerous entities on this planet, and I'm one of them, are those with nothing to lose. So I lost it. I lost the nothing. It's all good. Now, when you lose the nothing, then you can have everything. We are dealing in a singularity now. This is the age of Aquarius. No more he said, she said, because it's we said, silly. And we means yes. It's French. I think these are very, very easy to understand concepts. They are damn near impossible for people to accept. You stay the course. Get your intent changed, and you stay the course. I don't need to hear from people, and I don't mind. Again, I'm just trying to answer all these questions that I get every day and bring it into a new unit. And I've actually answered this many times in the past. I'll answer it again. People have said to me, "Okay, well, you know, I get benefits because I'm injured," and this. Fine. Is your intent different now? Or is that just where you find yourself in the game? Are you needing to worship the system? Or as a result of your game, which was perfect, are you just using the tools now instead of being one? Very fine line there, because the ego will jump over that. Oh, well, Kate says if I need it, I can just keep doing it. No, that's your heart you got to sort out. Do only that which you need. And that's what it means, guys. This is about surrender. When you finally bow to the truth, the law of truth, love, you will be in a need position. And it's just a coincidence. The Capricorn, the Christ aspect of our 12 disciples, rules the knees. So I'm going to let that sink in for a sec. Okay, I'm not lecturing. I'm just I love doing this. I'm one of the most dangerous alternating current Taurus fields on the planet. Actor. I'll alternate your current. I will always come at you spiritually using physical means. I'll play with your ego all day long. I'll dangle you on the hooks because you all love having hooks. I know I did. I just learned how to take the hook out and never bite on it again. And I've had many people come at me. Many people come at me with this problem, that problem, and all the rest of it. And I just look at it and go, that's not my problem. I would be trespassing on your experience. I will not step on your Christ. If you want to hand it up, and I'll get your goat. I'll take it. And then I'll give it back when you're ready for it. Do I have your attention? Yes, you will pay attention to me until you don't pay attention to anything but you any longer. I pay attention to me, and only me. I observe everything else. I am the object, not the subject. I'm not below the darkness, the jet black subject. I am The intent of the darkness, the object. What was the other? I had another one today I shared with Art. Subjective, objective. That was it. Abundance. You see, I don't have abundance. That's duality. Oh, you thought I said H-A-V-E. No, I said H-A-L-V-E. But you assumed and presumed what I said because you're still caught in the spells. But you're getting cleverer. You're starting to hear me differently because you're hearing everything else differently. No, I don't have abundance. I am abundance. Since you, the intent is mine, dance. Since the intent is mine, let's dance, shall we? May I have a dance? No. We are a dance. The spells are broken. Your intent pure. Be mindful of what you wish for. This timeline is sliding quickly. It will manifest because it already is created. Be careful what you wish for. If you stay in the physical and you're still concerned with the trinkets and baubles and all the rest of the bullshit on this planet, you can't put enough gold, diamonds, and silver and all manner of wealth in front of me for my soul. Because here's the joke, boys and girls. I fucking created it. How can it own me? So decide who your master is, you or the things that possess you. No one ever owns a Ferrari. The Ferrari owns them. So who's driving who? It's pretty cool. I got one line here. I'm going to crack it open. Not sure who it is because it's all the ones, baby. Who we got?
Barbara.
I opened your line up. What's up? What's that?
Oh, you are the one. You're the one. I'm really enjoying your lecture this afternoon. Can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear, hon.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Kate, you are so live. You are really, really live. You are the top of the line. You have no hang-ups about expressing exactly how you feel, but you are very gentle, even though you are kind of rough, too. And it appears that you're rough, but you're very, very gentle in explaining just who you are and teaching us how to find out just who we are so we, too, can be in bliss with you. Because I, myself, have been taught under a Baptist background, which they tell me I'm the Ku Klux Klan. And, Kate, I was telling Ninja the other night that I'm as chocolate as a Hershey candy bar. But I went to a Southern Baptist church, and I thought
you're probably as yummy as one too. Here, let me just. You see, it's all beautiful, baby. I'm dancing with you. This is the dance I'm talking about. How many? What? There's only one thing that can cut a diamond. What is it?
Glass.
Another diamond.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any. I haven't had any in life, so I couldn't tell you. I could only guess. I really could tell you. That is one area in life that did not come my way. Finances, I have never handled large finances. Always been workable, but never worked. I've worked all my life, but never more than 4 years on one particular place. So I've always envied people who say, "Ooh, I've done 20 years. I've done 15 years. I've done 30 years on the same job." And that was always dazzling and amazing to me how that was possible, because I never got an opportunity. And I didn't realize that the reason that I didn't get an opportunity is because I was a Hershey-colored chocolate bar. And it had to do a lot, like position had to do with the texture of the texture and the color of your skin, which I was very, very null and void until I came south. See, I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and then I came here to Washington, D.C. in 1986. So this was the first time I spent a long time in the South. I had been down to Vicksburg, Mississippi, because that was my father's hometown. But I had, that was during a time of a family member being passing on. So I really didn't get to spend but a few days down there. But then when I came to Washington, D.C. in '86, I had a cousin who had just graduated from law school, and he wanted to take the bar exam. He needed someone to share his rent with him because he was also a young father who had a son that was college age that he had sent down to Atlanta to Morehouse. So his money was kind of funny. And I had been working for a company, hotel restaurant management is my field of study. I had been working for a company, and all of a sudden I go to work one day, and they, boom, fired me right on the spot. So I called myself coming to Washington, D.C. to tell on these white folks in St. Louis, Missouri, what they had done. So by the time I got, everything changed. These people really educated me down south here. They were just like I was a foreigner from another country just because I'm from the Midwest. And I didn't know the term black people, white people. I had never heard that term before because I'm out of the Midwest, and we always had Hoosiers or rednecks or honkies or we always had niggas or called people by their name. Other than that, we didn't know nothing about. You call a person white, you white folks. White folks, you get jumped on and beat up. You call a person a black man. I'm not no black man. I'm a nigger. Very proud.
I love you. Oh, darling, I love you. Guys, I need you to listen very closely to the intent that's coming out here. There is not one word that she's saying that has any charge attached to it. That's how I know the spell is broken. When you can hear everything neutrally without reacting to a sound like it matters, you'll be fine. You won't be at the mercy of another's intent any longer. And that's why I tell people, if you want to destroy the ego, be willing to be hated the most and loved the most. Because the more you can take the hate, the more you can take the love. That's the contrast. That is the Jacob's ladder. And what we're doing right now is we're climbing that ladder one over the other. I stand on the shoulders of giants, others stand on my shoulders, and then I climb up them to stand on theirs, and this is how we climb the ladder. This is where the angels return. And it's all within, all of it. And a little in the room there about forgiveness. You don't have to forgive anyone because that's judgment. The only one that you need to look at is you. Forgive yourself because you're the only one you can. Because everything you were ever entangled with, you were party to. Every reaction you've ever had with every situation, you were party to. It takes two to dance in this game, boys and girls. And right now, we're dancing, hun, and I'm loving it.
I know you. I'm telling you, you were in San Francisco with me. You was under the name of Coco Vega at the time in San Francisco, and everybody who came to San Francisco came. They said, you don't have a place to stay? You need something to eat? Go over to Coco Vega's house. We was on 14th Street and Church Street, right off of Market, 14th Market. And everybody, just go to Coca. And then there was a whole team of girls. There was Shondell. Shondell was an Indian, and he had naturally long black hair. And he, by him being so short, his hair actually came down to almost his knees. And he walked on his tippy toes just like a little fairy. And, he was so precious. And then there was Nicholas the Greek. Nicholas did all the cooking and cooked everything green. Everything we ate had a green flavor to it because Nicholas was the Greek. And then there was Ozzy, the Australian, who had this naturally curly hair, and he was just shaking us like Joan Blondell's hair. You know how curly her hair used to be all the time. My other girl, Missy Gaynor used to have a good curly hairstyle that she wore every now and then. Well, anyway, Ozzy, he had hair, but he wore desert boots and safari shorts, and he used to sleep up on the roof of the apartment building. And then there was Safari Boogaloo Now Baby. Now, so Safari Boogaloo Now Baby had vamped into RuPaul because at that time he was a jungle book. He used to walk with a cane. You know how those guys who went on safaris and wore their hat cocked to the side and had on the the beige shorts and the whole safari outfit. But they had a walking stick with them too, and that's why he got the name of Safari Boogaloo Now Baby. And then there was the Spanish guy, Felipe. He was the one that was so gentle spirit and, real useful and helpful. And the fashion designer that always dressed people up. Then we would have people, young guys would say, the parents would say, what would you like for graduation? And, some want a car from the university. They done graduated from the university. Some want a car, some want trips to different places. And those that wanted to come to San Francisco, some of them come up there in mountain boots and they plaid shirts. I look around later on in the evening. We've been to the club maybe the night before. They done came home with us. I look around and they done dressed them up and turned them into the king of people, Saudi Arabia. I still got on the mountain boots, but they done took material and draped them around everybody. But it was just a lovable environment. People lived and let lived. This was during the same time Patty Hearst was running in and out of the banks, robbing banks. We will see her on television every day.
Patty Hearst was just telling us that our pH was out of balance. That's all.
She had so much fun. That girl, no, she enjoyed that. That was a lifetime. But then that's why life shows us. Because had she not had that experience, look what she ended up having to do with her life. Remember, she had to marry that old 70-year-old man. And, if she had not lived those few years of joy and laughter, she would have went a whole lifetime without ever knowing joy and laughter. Because I know she didn't get too much joy and laughter after being committed to having to do something, for another purpose other than, because she was she was a free-spirited young girl from the way that she carried her life when she thought that when she did have control at that time. But, how that life situation does is you have to roll with the punches.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm listening with different ears, and there isn't one thing during the entire thing you said there that has not resonated in the now moment of everything I've experienced either today or in the last day or two, and you brought up every point, and it connected every dot. We are home. We are home here. So, do you know what I'm going to do? Because you guys seem to be on fire tonight. I've said what I need to say. Okay, I've created what I needed to create. Create. Okay.
Okay.
So be careful about what you're say yin versus what you're say yang. Savvy? Okay, I thought you might get that. All right, and it's all hidden in plain sight. Everything is so incredibly miraculous that when you see it, you'll wonder why you missed it. And that's the game. It's been so in our faces, so blatant, so blindingly there. Of course we missed it, because we're supposed to. This is the game of God playing not God, and it's awesome. And remember this, guys. If somebody can get your goat, they own your mind. And the only way I can get someone's goat, and it's very easy, all I have to do is titillate, either through, pissing you off or telling you a really interesting story. I can own anyone's mind. And this is the power you have, and this is the power that has been wielded over us. Allow it. We allowed it. And I'll tell you, there is no fight in my world left. And I say that in the...
So if for all of us listening to you, Kate, we have to get like you. I mean, the reason that we tune in to you is to hear your thoughts and to get like you. And so if you're telling us how to get like you, then why? And we don't get like you. It's not your fault. I mean, you told us, you guided us, on the path. That's all you can do. Is up to us to actually take. You take one step, and we'll take two, and that's exactly what you do. And
all I can show you is Dorothy. All I can show you is Dorothy. in your Toto genre, the door of God, the door of Theos. All I can show you is the door. I've already walked through. I can show you where the door is. Now it is up to you to walk through. And all you have to do is listen to the last week. Anyone, people ask me, which show is the best one to listen to? This one.
The
right
one
now.
Where you got, you said the coin. You said the coin. You said you're not the right upside of the coin, or about you the rim. You said I'm the rim, so I could see both sides at the same time.
I am the pacify unconditional rim, the riem, you know. That's why this tonight is the O-Pen, which is the creation mind for Om, forum, open forum.
Forum. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good vibration.
And you are that. And I'm going to ask, I'm not sure who's available to jump in here, because I really, guys, you have no idea how much I want you all to, this is your gratitude Taurus field, table, okay? And there's nothing I love more than to watch this table, this boat get sailed by everyone.
Sound like Lionel Richie, sailed it. Or Christopher, remember Christopher, what was that guy name who sang Sailing? Christopher somebody.
Yeah. I'm gonna sailing. No, Chris Christopherson, wasn't it? Or crisscross? Double cross. Oh, just a coincidence. Oh, Christ cross? I thought so too. Yeah. Man, I got to tell everybody, you could spend the day laughing with 2 or 3 words, just breaking them apart and seeing everything that's hidden within it, to remove all the preconceived, the for, con, say, they, into the delta, preconceived. They is truth, con with. Okay? So you remove all preconceived note ions, right? Note shuns, right?
Yeah.
You start thinking your own no-T, your own. You see, note, K-N-O-W-T-E, note. That spells it, doesn't it? But it's an entirely different intent now, because you have a different understanding of it. You got to know love, baby. That's the note that you're supposed to be singing when you create your song in the mirror, which is your nose, G-N-O-S. N-O-S-E, K-N-O-W-S. Sam, two ka, and two spirits mon, Sam, say the himself, herself, itself creation. Toucan Sam told you all along when you were a kid, follow your nose. It always knows. And we're not talking about Fruit Loops here, boys and girls, but we're not talking about Fruit Loops. Now, I see, when I hear the giggles, I know it's getting there. Oh man, look at the screaming kids. Anyone that's looking for money and any sort of outside solution, you know what they are to me? They're the kids standing in the cereal aisle screaming their fucking head off because I want the Cheerios. They scream, I want the toy. And you know what I'm doing? I'm just pushing the cart, the karoti, away. The spirit breath in love. I'm going to let that kid scream until it either gives up and goes, oh, well, they're not buying my fish hook. I can't reel in Charlie the tuna. The tune of the hex, or the tuna as in the one. It's all there. Just breathe and listen to the words with new ears. See them with new ears. This is kindergarten. Show and tell. Ken, to know. Der, God. Kinder. Kinder Egg. I just sent that. Art just got what I sent. I was going to talk about Kinder Eggs next, and he just said it before I said it. You see, this is where consciousness wakes up. And Gar 10, Ka, G is a K. Lose the G. The Masonic G, all it is half of theta, half of spirit. Right? You look up the Greek letter theta, and you will see a circle with a bar across it. And what the capital G is, when you put it over itself, becomes the theta. They're only telling you half the story of the mother sound. You need to figure out the other side of the coin. That's what we're doing here. We've flipped the coin. Now we're standing on the rim. We've got the tail of the dragon in one hand and the head in the other. And now we can take that dragon and shove the tail down its throat and move to the next level, climb the ladder a bit higher. Kinder, Karo, T, or Tin, which is X, which is life, which is Io, goddess. Everything you needed to know, you learned in Kinder, Karo, Io. Cairo, get it? Karo. You always knew this. All we're doing now is taking all of the literal clues for what they were literally. We had fun playing the litter of the all game. Now we're cleaning up the sandbox. Now we're starting to do that. And that's what we're doing. We're cleaning up the playroom right here. And that's all this is. And there is no... See, here's the nothing makes me laugh harder within me when I hear people talk about, oh, you know, Kate, you've got a superiority and you're this and you're... No, that's your mirror. Go ahead, hate me, pick on me, beat the fuck out of me all day long. I'm just going to sit here and go, I'll wait. They'll get it. I'll carry the weight of the world, the W-A-I-T of the world, or better yet, the W-A-Y-T, the name of love. I will carry that. And you can do whatever you think you need to do to try to break my image of me, and it won't happen because I've created God in my image. And it will not be anything but what I choose. And this is the mirror that you need to look into to be everything that you choose. It's quite simple. It's just not easy to get there. But I got to tell you, when you get there, this is Barbara, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because I heard a little bit because you were on the show the one night when I wasn't there, so that's why I'm hanging out with you. Because I did listen in a bit because you went into the rollover, and when I went to check it, I think shortly after that it went offline. So I was loving what you were sharing, and look at you, Barbara. You have taken the game, baby. You have mirrored everything. That's why that name is, when you look at Barbar, which is a demon, by the way, an of me, so I look at the of me, and only a dragon can slay a dragon, so well done on slaying Barbar. What's your God?
I've lived to be great.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm great.
Well, listen, hon, I'm going to open up the lines here. I'm thinking if Mike or Mark are around, or because Christopher, he wasn't up to coming on tonight, and I was really looking forward just to zoning and, you know, a little primping and hanging out and just watching a movie and zoning, you know. And God, what has it been now? This is what, third or fourth week, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll do it, no problem. So anyway, guys, the lines are open. There's still an hour left. I don't think we're going to get to the Savon thing because you guys are on a roll, and I want you to take the helm of this ship and sail it home tonight. Groundhog Day is over.
Did he see his shadow today?
Did I which?
Did he see his shadow? Did the groundhog see his shadow today?
Oh, I don't know if he did or not. Did the groundhog see its shadow today? I don't follow any of that. Okay, good. Then we've seen the dark back home. Good. 6 more weeks of truth. Hard, cold truth, boys and girls.
It usually is. It usually is. That's Santa's birthday, March 24th. So it usually will be 6 more weeks from now to...
How about the wine of love, spirit breath, wine tea, right? So, see what I'm saying? Take the word. Piss with it. Have some fun. It's great. It's fun. Here, Barbara, let me just do a call out here so we can get some other people in. And
okay.
I'm almost having to say, you know what, kiddo, you just take the board and have fun. You're doing a grand job, love. Grand job. We have 22 callers right now. Oh, that's just a coincidence. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's area code 661-467-2401. And for those that want to call in through the Skype, just hit the Skype button on Blog Talk and follow your nose. It'll bring you there. Don't worry. You don't need your handheld. You'll figure it out. And if you don't, keep trying until you do. right? You got to break the
All
teeth.
right.
You know? And we have area code 530 in. We got JCGG or 71. And who else we got? Oh, everyone's lining up. Finally. Good. Look at you guys go. What kept you? It looks like we have Brandon as well. So I'll tell you what, everybody tonight is the host. No host required because you are the holy host. I lose put the H back where the 7 was. Do you know what they did with the H to put the G in? G is the newest letter in the English alphabet. Western alphabet. People don't realize. I'll tell you what they did was they took the H. They made it circular. They made God go circular by pushing the top left and right together at the top and the bottom left and right together at the bottom to make an O with the bridge still in it, so you keep going circular on it. So what we're doing here is now we're taking that G and busting open the top and the bottom. Those that want to experience going lower can, and those that want to experience going higher can. So this is the higher arc key that we've been looking for.
All right.
All the, see what I mean about the phonics? It's all there. You just gotta, say it a little differently. You stop following the rules and, follow all the rules, break all the rules, then follow all the rules. Because those who make the laws must obey the laws. So if the intent was placed into it originally with a preconceived notion, therefore we have the power to take it back. What's good for the goose, the go or the goo of creation, goo say, is also good for the candor.
Gander.
Replace the G with a K, you have Ka, because you can. Now you have the Ka, which is spirit mind, can. God, the spirit mind of God. Oh, look at that. They're both the same. The goose is the gander is the goose. What the fuck are the odds of that? Pretty good, apparently, 100%. Everything is perfect. Anyway, guys, jump in here. I am going to mute out for a sec, see how you guys are. I'm going to let you take the helm, and Mommy's going to walk away.
Good girl, good girl, good girl.
Thank you. Okay, so play. Let's have some fun. Let's play the real game now. Let's just lick this monkey up. My key.
Hey, Barbara. This is Janet from Anderson, California. I sure have fun listening to you and Kate go back and forth. When I first heard Kate, it was just a few months ago, so I'm kind of new, but I heard her on this laptop, or not, a tablet, and I was just looking through different things on YouTube because I've always been researching, and I heard her say, "I'm so fucking sick of being on this radio." So I was like, "Oh my God, that's what I want to hear."
Blah.
It's been really great since then. I've been just, if I'm dreaming, do not wake me up. That's all.
That's how I feel too. It's such a treat to have someone so lively all the time.
I know.
All the time. I just accidentally ran into them last year around springtime. I worked out at the Smithsonian Institute out at the Museum of Natural History, and my grandchildren had gotten me a telephone with the internet on the telephone, and Grandma, you could get YouTube, and that's how I hooked up with them on YouTube, same way.
Oh, yeah. I have grandkids too, so they're better at all this stuff than me. I'm real fumbly at it, but I'm getting there.
Oh yeah, they'll teach it slowly but surely. They just so fast and so swift with the keyboard.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you spend your day?
It's been really good. I'm hanging with my granddaughters. I have 4 granddaughters, and they're giving me a break for a second, so I get to talk to you guys. But, I just look forward to the radio show every day, because every day I get a little more anagogical, and I'm really starting to see things, and I've been seeing a lot of crows and blackbirds, and so that's been really encouraging. Everything's been really good. How about you?
Sunshine, sunshine. My biggest thing is when I got introduced to Kate and Sancho and everybody was I was raised a Baptist, so I was wondering, what am I going to do with Jesus now? Since everybody's got this truth out that the letter J was not invented until 17. You know, I was like, wait a minute. So that means that if the letter wasn't invented until after the Bible was written, how did you get the name? Oh, I mean, it was just so confusing. And I still haven't come clear with, what to do, with Jesus. The teachings are things that I follow in my life. But as far as the characters itself, they said they can't find any grave of Moses or none of the people in the Bible, that they were all allegorical. So, so that was my big question. Well, what am I going to do with Jesus? Because I've been having him all my life and guiding me in the things that I did. So I just changed the name, I said, well, you just changed the name, but it's hard to say, when you've been taught in the name of Jesus, you can't just change to say in the name of Ralph or in the name of Charlie.
Well, you're God. You can do whatever you want.
I always work on that one when it comes to eating the wrong things. That's the first thing I say. Well, I'm God. I can eat whatever I want, especially if I... and then there's the guys who say that everything that goes straight to your stomach turns to acid. So I'm thinking, I said, well, it's going to turn to acid anyway. So like I can go on and drink this soda. No, that's not the point. But that's what I must do. I must learn how to discipline. My discipline is very bad with my eating habits. But I have it in other areas. I have it in other areas, but that's my weakness right along it now. They said if you just get past that palate, we got the game and gone. But that's not the easy thing to do. To get past the palate. So that's what I'm working on. That's when I thought I really made some success when I learned how to eat better.
Yeah.
Are you good with your diet?
Not all the time. So.
Are you conscious aware of it? Of what you?
Oh yeah. I'm a vegetarian, but I still like some sweets, and I drink creamer in my coffee, and I'm still working on things too. But I know I'm consciously aware of it.
Well, like Kate always says, she says it's the intent. So that I go with that. So there's no guilt when I don't do the things the way that because I listen to the things that's instructed to me, especially from people that I've decided that know what they know. Whatever it is they know.
The game? Yeah, I know. I'm so glad she's a stubborn Irish bitch like she always says. I'm so grateful for that because now we have the key. So it's just awesome. It's like can't even say. It makes my heart just so happy because I always was trying to figure things out, and then finally it's like, yeah, that's it. Oh, yep. People think you're crazy, I took the license plates off the car, and I've just been fine, and everywhere I go, there's birds and little things that give me a sign to say, yeah, the universe is with you, it's all good now, the game is all over, we're going on a new time shift, and I can really feel it, and it's just such a light feeling.
I walk up on you. The walk on the side on the table. Walk on you can't say and go to that ain't no attention to that. They want to see what's going on in your circle. I know how to some a little maybe from peanut butter crackers. A little bag of chocolate chip.
Okay, guys, Barbara, you're breaking up a little bit. I just wanted to see. Can you hear me clearly?
Very clear.
Okay, because your signal's breaking up hardcore. Just letting you know.
Oh. So what do we do to make it better?
Yeah, it's just got a very. I love it. No, see, I look at this as victory, right? So anytime that happens, I'm going, yeah, we got him. It's perfect. Anyway, yeah, well, just muck on through. I'm popping away for a bit. I'll throw the headset to Art, so if he hears something or whatever, maybe he can jump in and let people know what's if it's breaking up or whatever. But you know what? Tonight's a free for all and free for all. I told you. And have at her. Just you know what, guys? Just bear it out. It's all good. Everything is perfect. So when you hear something breaking up or whatever, just know that is the system buckling under the weight. So pile it on.
All right. I missed a lot of what you said, Barbara, but go ahead.
Oh, did you hear about the birds?
When Kate saw all those crows?
No, I said, did you hear about when you were talking about the birds? Did you say the birds was giving you signs? The birds.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the birds?
No, I didn't hear about them.
You were telling us about the birds are giving you signs that you're on the right road.
Oh, yeah, because I see them, and whenever I get a weird feeling, I'll look around for just a little reassurance, and there'll be birds, just like right now when I'm talking to you, there's a whole tree full of blackbirds just sitting right across from us, so it's like everything is perfect. They want to hear, too.
Very good, very good. Yes, that's what they tell us, that that they get more peaceful. I see them walking the street more so than flying. They'll fly down on the sidewalk and start walking.
Oh,
and you know how you used to say shoo, 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 and they'll fly over. They don't do that anymore. Shoo, 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 do not make a bird. They don't speak that language anymore. They must have graduated to something higher than shoo, 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 because they do not move.
That's funny.
Yes, indeed. I talked to the tree. Somebody, I don't know who this was. You listen to so much on that YouTube. Somebody said we need to talk to the tree and ask the tree, this is me. How do these grow so large and lovely? And just wait for the answer. And then you wait for the answer.
Yeah.
And when you wait for the answer, then you come up with Walter Russell's answer. Stillness. That's stillness. That's what Walter Russell teaches. Stillness, according to Max Presti. This guy named Max Presti. He talks about and this other guy, Robert. You know Mac Presti and Robert O'Tay?
Yeah.
Robert. I say Robert O'Tay is Stabby's little brother from the Little Rascals. Remember that little guy who used to say, O'Tay?
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
he was
so cute.
Remember Spanky and the Little Rascals? And, and it was a little guy on there who used to say, O'Tay.
Okay, yeah.
That's Robert's kinfolk, probably a descendant from that family. But him and Matt Presti teaches that Walter Russell studies, and that's one of the things that they did. That Walter Russell was big on stillness, like you get stillness of spirit.
Yeah, I did some of his home study course for a few months, and that really helped. And I love Walter Russell and Matt Presti's music and Robert O'Tay. Yeah. Yep. Really, really, really beautiful.
Well, that Walter Russell was so exciting to me because we share the same birthday. May 19th is his birthday, and May 19th is my birthday, and May 19th is Malcolm X's birthday. So I feel like and May 19th is that basketball player named Kevin Garnett. He's all of May 19th, towards the bull, all of us. And I just laughed when I heard about that young basketball player, Kevin Garnett. He always started some type of ruckus. He was the one that told that boy that his wife tastes like that cereal. Remember that basketball player? You know how they be whispering in their ear. I think Kevin Garnett was playing for the Boston Celtics, and this other guy played for the one of the New York teams, and Kevin Garnett whispered in his ear, "Your wife tastes like honeycomb syrup." And this man want to know how you and kept on going. You know, they stay on the basketball court, so he done dropped the book in the man's ear and bounced the ball on down the court. And so the man is in a state of shock. Like, how you know what? He sure did, girl. It was a big deal. It's on the internet. It was a big deal about it because they want to know how you know what my wife tastes like. And it really, the young guy got offended. This was
right. He got his goat like Kate was just talking about, huh? He owned him. That's a good story. True.
I'm telling you, girl, that YouTube does not be jiving. It will turn you on to everything that's going on in life. I had always wondered why they had made such a big deal out of LeBron James leaving Ohio, and there were people, Ohio's done so much for him, and they gave him his first opportunity, and then there was the other people said, well, he could leave if he wanted to. He worked while he was there, That's just like saying you can't change your job. You can't change the job. All these arguments was going on, and then come to find out the undercurrent, my grandson said, Grandma, LeBron had to leave Ohio because his mama was going to bed with all his friends, with all the young players on the opposite team.
Funny stuff.
He said, him and his mama couldn't stay in the same town. So he gave her Ohio, and he went on down the floor. Sure did. I'm telling these kids, children, they do not bite their tongue. They really don't. They tell it all.
Well, there's no secrets in the universe, huh?
That's what they say. Just because we don't know don't mean that it don't be going on.
Yep, like Walter Russell says, what you can see, you can't know, and only what you can't see can you know.
All right.
Yep. I wonder if there's anyone else that wants to jump in.
Oh, I don't know. They're more than welcome. Kate has it's like a living room, open house.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, at the Emerald Table.
Where's Ninja? I haven't heard her tonight.
Mm-mm. No.
From London? Ninja?
Linda, Lynn.
Hi, ladies. It's not Linda. My name's Rachel.
Hi,
I've
Rachel.
been listening in. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Barbara.
Where are you, Rachel?
I'm in Houston.
Hey, all right.
And where were you? I didn't get to hear that part.
Washington, D.C.
Washington. And okay. And who else is on the line? I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I'm Janet. I'm in Anderson, California. It's Northern California.
Okay. Beautiful.
We're just all over.
Are you Anderson? Is that anywhere near Sacramento?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours north of Sacramento.
Oh, okay. All right. I've been up that way. I've been up in Sacramento. That's why that Anderson, that's a very popular American name. Those families, it's a very prosperous Andersons that I've seen in life, especially in the Midwest. Usually in the field of education. Mm-hmm. Those Andersons, they go beyond being, some people go to work and become a teacher. Those Andersons, they will become principals and deans, and they the top of the line in that field of education. That's what they were. Had always been known for. So I realized I'm 63 years old, and I realized that these names, like we are in different areas, but these names are connecting points to us at times if we just go on and acknowledge, these names, because a lot of them they have had to be created within the last couple of 100 years or more, or less. And it's like Hillary Clinton, Hillary Rodman. Now she know good and well Dennis is her cousin. She knows that. But you think he's going to come out and tell us that? How many Rodmans do you know? You know they all got to be
Dennis.
And but do you think they think we had overlooked that just because she done married Bill and got that Clinton up, but that's our cousin. And if you look at them, they got features similar to each other. Somebody needs to investigate us and find out this word is named as Rodman. Who are these Rodmans?
Who are the Rodmans? My birthday is close to yours, Barbara. I'm a Gemini, May 29th.
Aha. Yeah, those are my best. Some of my best friends have been Geminis. I was telling Kate, when I was in San Francisco, I had a friend named Coco Vega. He was a Puerto Rican from New York, but he had moved out there to San Francisco, and he was so live, and he was Gemini, and I mean, anybody that came to San Francisco needed a place to stay, food to eat, clothes to wear, they would send him to Coco. Go to Coco house, Coco. Coco, he'll make a way. All that he didn't know, he'll find somebody else that could. If he could help you, he'll find somebody that would help you. Live wire. And he had a roommate, a little young girl named Beverly Woosley. And you remember Charles Nelson Raleigh, the comedian? Or are you too young to remember Charles Nelson Raleigh?
Oh, I never heard. Yeah, he's funny.
He was on the Match Game. He was a regular on that TV game show called the Match Game. He had a wide face, and he was the first one to show us who wore motorcycle glasses as high fashion. You remember those big glasses? Yeah, he was the very first one, because everybody had those little narrow glasses. But Charles Nelson Raleigh, I think he was the first one to wear those big rim glasses. Those big rims to go with the big lens. He was responsible for that. Well, this little girl looked just like him. Just like Charles Nelson Raleigh. And he had that smile, that just took over his whole face. And that's the way she was. Her name was Beverly Woods. I don't know what happened to that little girl, but she couldn't have been no more than about 5'2". I mean, the height. But she had a son, and his name was Gabriel. And he was a doll baby. But down to Gabriel, he should be about 35 or 40 years old now.
Are they winning?
You're looking at the game. Who you rooting for?
Oh, no, I wasn't. That was my Eric. He's rooting on the game. I'm not.
I got an Eric, too, in my family. Oh, no, I just know who playing. I don't care. All of them good to me. They pin folk. I just like those bodies. I like to see those bodies in action. That's all. And no sense of me jiving. That's why I look at any sports, is to take a peek at the bodies, girl. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah, they just work themselves. I'm waiting on the Winter Olympics. That's going to be so exciting because they train so hard for those type of affairs, and it's worth watching to see.
Oh, that's their dog. Sorry.
Houston, Texas.
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, what you said kind of resonated with me earlier when y'all were talking about food, and it was kind of funny how you said, I'm God, so I can eat whatever I want. And it's funny because I've always placed really strict diets on myself, but I started, like, being interested in veganism when I was probably about 16, and so I started with that, but I had some quote-unquote health issues this past year, and I tried different diets, and I started to eat a little bit of meat. And then, like, I started to try other diets, and then I just got kind of confused about everything. Like, man, I've done all these, different ones, and I'm, like, trying to figure out which one my body wants to work with. And before I just I answered the question that I've been asking myself, I totally gave up everything, and I was like, I just don't care anymore. And I said that to myself, I'm God, like, I can eat whatever I want. And so I ate whatever, and, of course my body was like, oh, no, you don't. And I suffered some physical consequences, and then I finally got the answer. Pretty funny.
Wonderful. I am so glad, and I think that Kate of Gaia, I very seldom hear her talk about her diet, but I do hear Santos Bonacci talk about his. Now, that's a person that I suggest that you, if you have any serious questions that you want answered on that Santos got that game down pat, because he's very disciplined when it comes to, and then, like, he'll make it. And when with all the information that he has, see, like, I'm reconsidering, like, I'm ready to kick meat to the curb myself, because not so much of eating it, but he said it stays in the body so long. And
he said it just ferments, For 7 days, he said it just ferments for 7 days, that meat does. And he says that cooked food is not good. Just stay raw, and he just says eat little bits, like a little handful, and we overeat. We stretch our stomachs, and I know I do, and because I just can tell. I know that's true. I know what he's saying is true. I can feel it.
But it seems like to me, like, in order to cut back on the things that you eat, you have to put more activities into our life so that we won't have all that idle time. I think we have too much idle time, and we start reaching for things to do. But if we were doing other things that we really enjoyed until we just got exhausted to the point where we
were having so much fun, we wouldn't think about it. We'd be all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I would think, because, like they say, idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yeah. It's always one criticism when I'm out to eat with, like, other people, and I don't want to eat at the restaurant. I don't even want to drink the water. And I kind of feel like they think I'm being egotistical, but I'm not. It's not about them. It's about me. And yes, they're reflecting, and I'm like, come on, don't you see that it's not me, but that you feel bad about what you're doing and what you're putting in your body.
All right, there you go. There you go. You are that light, that lighthouse that Kate talks about. That you're that lighthouse that should make you smile. When you make when others frown because you're doing something, you got to smile. You can't get mad at me because I love myself. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
That's the whole thing. They getting mad at you because you love yourself. Now, what kind of stuff is that? How you going to get mad at somebody for caring for themselves?
Yeah.
And then you obey Stevie Wonder taught us, he always said, make sure you in this world but not of it. And when everybody turn and look at you like you the freak, then that's a time to smile and take a bow. Thank you. Thank you.
That's right.
I'll wear it with a
yeah. Stay on the right.
You are the right one. You haven't followed the Joneses. You know that from the things that how they react to you for not doing what they do. That's wonderful.
Yes, I've had about three experiences for the past 3 days that reflected the same. Kate said it. I saw it in another video, which led me to discovering Santos. And somebody else mentioned it, to where people, or that, us, ourselves, I'll speak from my point of view. When we get here, we automatically go in and celebrate our first, our second, and our third chakras. And we're in this repetitive cycle of eating, and, once we get old enough, we want sex, and we want money, and we want power, and we want it now. And it's like doing a dance, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're constantly just feeding that physical pleasure. And this shift that we're going through, we start to ask ourselves more questions. We start to act, and we start to first we are. We ask ourselves those questions, and then we do with more conviction. We ask ourselves, we want to eat, but now it has to be, is my food responsibly produced? Is it good for my body? And yes, I want to have sex, but is it with the right person? Is it creating the right music? Because when two people have sex, it's as powerful as eating. It changes your blood chemistry, and it's creating music, because the whole universe is sound, and it's literally creating into the universe. So, we want to have sex, but we're going into doing a more complicated dance. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's basically about asking questions to yourself, being and doing with more conviction. And it's just beautiful how a lot of people are actually getting that lately.
Well, that is a viewpoint of that activity called sex. How old were you?
I was born in 1992. I am, quote unquote,
precious one. That is so precious. That's very good. Good stuff. 21 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. And
that's
got your
awesome.
direction. That is. And got your direction, girl. You on the move. You are on the move. But in the meantime of having that sex, that type that you like, you can have playmates where you don't have to have penetration to enjoy that sexual activity. You know, just about laying and wiggling your toes between my toes, or me just rubbing you up and down your arm while we are reading the book, or I'm just reading to you, or just laying around. But physical body contact is wonderful to have, even without, going through that penetration type of activity. And it's another way of taking the appetite, because it's the penetration type of activity that really builds up a big appetite. But if you're just doing that, what we call foreplay, the whole evening of foreplay, that's when you could just be nibbling on your grapes and your fruits, and you go into your Cleopatra mode of thinking and of relaxing and being pampered, and like as Kate and I were saying earlier about the goose and the gander, like if you pampered, then you be willing to pamper others, and it's just for relaxation and doing something and curbing that appetite, because that's what we're trying to stay out of the kitchen. Out of the kitchen is where we want to be, out of it. So if we're doing something else other than being in the kitchen, then time will pass, and before you know it, it'll be time to go to bed and get you some sleep and get ready and go and do the next and start the next day.
Yes, that's a beautiful, and thank you for saying that.
Oh, yeah, please believe me. Because you could be around a long time waiting on on a physical thing that really, but in the meantime, you can have friendship and foreplay with anybody that you like, that puts a smile on your face. That's the only people that you're really supposed to spend time with. If people are making you frown and turning your face down, you need to check yourself. Hey, something ugly going on here, because I'm not smiling. You deserve, you are babies, and you deserve to smile all the time. There's no such thing as you having a bad day. You can have a bad moment. You can have a bad half hour. But a bad day for our baby, oh, no. There's no way. So always remember, you're never alone. There's always, you got people older than you. And see, in my generation, I was born in 1950. So if a girl was born in 1949, I was a little girl to her. 1 year, hey, little girl, you can't listen in on this conversation because you're a little girl. They really took it. They took being older as a prestigious thing. So just know, by you being 21, there are people that are older than you that are really watching over you and are always available for you.
Yeah.
All right. I hear that. Yeah. I haven't had a lot of older interaction. I've always been subject to isolation and pretty much being a loner. So discovering, I always have had to get my guidance from pretty much myself, and it's like coming upon, finding you guys, finding Kate, and finding content.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, girl, well, I ain't going to always keep in contact with Kate, because Kate know everybody and everything, and there's some fine young men that are in this game with them, these radio hosts. Oh, girl, they got some doll babies who are conscious as you. Oh, yeah. You're very young, energetic, and conscious. So you are home, never alone will you ever be again, Texas, baby. You got you some elders, and you get ready to meet some dynamite young men that's 21, 22, 25. Of course, that's not the big deal of their age. It's just where their minds are, and the things that they do in life. That's really all that important, because that age game don't mean a thing, because that Walter Russell said when he dropped out of school in the 4th grade.
Right.
And all that drawing that he did and all that sculpting, he said the 4th grade. But he didn't stop him from developing talents and skills that is beyond anything that I've ever seen about drawing. When I saw those maps and things that he made and some of his sculptures, and it was remarkable. I read he has an article online about healing, and he tells about his story when he was struck with the Black Plague. But they said that was his second illumination, but I never did read about his first illumination. So that's something that I'm going to have to check with Mr. Presty and Mr. Ote. That's his name, Otey. That just tickled me so just to say his name.
Yeah.
But those guys are very, very, very informative. And our youth, like Miss Texas, they really will be rewarded in their living for getting this information so young in their life. It'll be that bliss that Kate talks about, they will be able to experience in these days and times, rather than waiting until they become oldies but goodies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful.
Where are you, Ninja? What happened to Ninja? Do you know the Ninja ladies? Ninja is.
Yep.
I hear Kate. I hear Ninja. She is such a Capricorn woman. She told me the other night she was Capricorn.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's not in.
She's awesome, yeah.
Oh, my nickname used to be Ninja.
Oh.
So.
Kate says there's no coincidence, there's more harmony or destiny that you would get in a friend group with a name that you already was familiar with. Why did you have Ninja as your nickname? Why did you have Ninja as your nickname?
Because I was very fast, and it was my nickname at a restaurant, and I worked the lobby, so I was just everywhere all at once.
Were you a fighter?
I've been a martial artist since I was probably about 12 years old.
Ass kick. They call them ass kickers.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
How about that? That is good. Then you got a lot of self-discipline, young girl, if you study martial arts.
Yes, ma'am.
I've seen little boys, and the first thing they come home and tell, Grady, you need to focus. Focus, Grady. Focus. Oh, is that what I need to do? Mm-hmm. All right.
Man, we got quiet on here. Did I drop out?
Nope, there you are. I thought I dropped out.
Okay. We got really still for a minute.
I know.
Well, we are transitioning now into February. I just looked up my on one of the websites I like to read about astrology. She kind of did the Gemini, my Gemini, which is my sun sign. Gemini is pretty prominent in my chart. Let me see what I wrote down here earlier. Oh, Mercury is going retrograde in February on the 6th, which means, Mercury is our planet of communication. And I don't want to say too much that I don't know, but I have been kind of diving into astrology and planets and the houses.
Yeah,
and
me
all
too. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So Mercury is going to be, I'm not sure if this is just for Gemini. It probably is just for Gemini, but Mercury is going to be in the 10th, is in Gemini's 10th house this month. But yeah, Mercury is going retrograde on the 6th, if you want to look that up. And what's your sun sign?
Mine is Scorpio.
Your Scorpio?
I have a Sagittarius rising or ascending, and my moon is in Gemini.
All right. Capricorn. What was with Scorpio? Oh, for me, Capricorn is in the 8th house, which is Scorpio's house.
Yeah.
I like Scorpios. I grew up with a Scorpio, my brother. Hold on. Sorry, somebody's knocking at my door. Venus just left retrograde in January. She gave us lots of gifts there, lots of transformations, and I know I got... what were you going to say?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, Venus is kind of made us ask the questions of what do we value, and what do we value most, what are our priorities. Did you kind of have any breakthroughs in that last month?
Oh, yeah. Tons. Yeah, totally just letting go, standing in truth, and just knowing that that's all I cared about.
Right? It's beautiful.
Yeah. And it was so simple, it's just like, if it's real, then that's where I'm at. If it's not, I don't want nothing to do with it. And it's so freeing, it's just it's simple. It's not totally easy, but it is really beautiful. You're right.
Beautiful and fun. It's such a good game once you figure out what's going on.
Oh yeah, and see, I'm already 54, so I've been. I mean, you're just like, it's amazing. You're only 21. I mean, I've spent so many years just going through so many different phases. Like I went through David Icke, and I read all kinds of his stuff and went to see him, and then I just never could figure it out. And then finally I heard Kate, and then it was just like, oh my God, that's it. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been really great.
Yeah.
I used to pass out flyers because I just knew, this planet's got to wake up. There's so many people suffering, and we're not taking care of the planet. And so, yeah, it's just been really transforming and just everything that I always knew it was going to be coming, but it seemed like it was so just right out of my reach, But go ahead with the astrology. Did it say where the moon is? Where's the house is the moon?
Oh, let's see. The full moon is on the 14th, February 14th. And this is for Gemini, okay? I looked up my sign. So it says the full moon is going to be in the 3rd house of thoughts, ideas, siblings, neighbors, and travel. That's the full moon. The moon is also supposed to operate, I guess it's in conjunction with Venus, which is supposed to bring about, Venus is the mother, the feminine.
Yeah.
So And that seems like a lot of ISIS going on, because you have the moon and you have Venus.
Right.
That's a lot of, it seems like a lot of power. And then Pluto is conjunct with Venus. So it just seems, lots of intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, Mercury. Okay, so Mercury is going into Pisces. So this thinking, communicating, left brain going Mercury, that, this is what I'm thinking, is going to basically fall into the waves of Pisces, and it's going to get caught in the imaginative, magical, dreamy, flowy. And that, when I heard that, I was just very excited to hear that, because I had been asking myself, let's be more, I want to empty my cup. I don't want to think, I want to do, I want to be.
Yeah, yeah. So that goes with that.
Yep. I am excited about that.
That is exciting, uh-huh.
And let's see.
Sorry, guys, this is Art here. I just got the computer working again. I'm going to open up some mics.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 111 is there. Kit Carr, are you there? No.
Hello.
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 Kate's left the room for a little bit, so you got an amateur on the radio here. Sorry about that. How is everyone?
That's okay. Good.
Yeah,
how are you?
That makes all of us. That makes all of us. Right?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Joel, what number are you? Type it into the lighthouse, and I'll try and open your mic. So I'm enjoying the conversation anyway.
Oh, good.
Good. Thank you. I'm enjoying you guys.
Okay, I've opened a bunch of mics. Who all's here? Let's hear from everybody.
Hello. Janet's here.
Hi, Janet.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Barbara.
Kate said it's a free-for-all. Barbara? I'm not sure. I'm hearing a little noise. How's everybody doing there for noise? Yeah.
Sounds good. Clear.
Sounds good over here.
Good. Well, maybe we should talk about something. What's on the agenda for this evening?
Rachel was just going over the astrology.
Sorry to interrupt then, Rachel. Keep going.
I was just at the... I pretty much read off everything I wrote down earlier.
Oh.
So...
All right. Who else has something they want to add?
I know that Santos was saying that it's the Jubilee where all debts are cleared, so we can claim that Jubilee. And also, the moon was a full super moon. Does anyone know more about that? I know I don't remember exactly. I read about it, but I didn't get the whole thing.
Second moon of the month of January, but we're now into February. Groundhog Day is over.
Yeah.
I'm not as up on the astrology as Santo is, obviously.
Oh, he's Mr. Astrotheology, so.
Yes, he has taught me much.
Yeah, me too. I'm learning a lot. So what's your sign, Art? Is this Art?
I'm Leo.
Leo. So you're Leo.
I am.
All right.
I will.
Perfect,
I will not.
Then. All right.
Everything's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all perception, all how we choose to view our reality. What am I creating today?
I had
creating a world of love, or am I creating a world of controversy? Or am I creating both? Oops, I'm having problems. You'll have to excuse me. Amateurs, I know.
What were you going to say, Rachel? Yeah.
Well, I had an experience earlier. It was right. It was during as soon as I tuned in to Critical Mass tonight, and one of the first topics that was flowing from Kate was get your goat, and I was kind of texting, and I was listening at the same time, and she was like, get your goat. And I was like, what? And I was kind of intently wanting to listen and text at the same time because I have a Capricorn in my life, which is somebody I live with, and and so I'm constantly learning. When it comes to other people, I usually don't really judge them. I just automatically bring it in. That's something I've done for a long time.
You.
But
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, I've always kind of felt that, but there's always going to be that reflection. I'm still learning, and there's still so much to experience. So with this particular person, this Capricorn, not a lot of people arise emotions out of me, but this particular person still can, and so and he's a Capricorn. And what she was talking about, get your goat, whether it's love or hate. Are you, whatever you get or give to a person, you're giving them control of yourself, control of your mind through your emotions. And as she was saying that, I was connecting the dots, and then that all fell into place for me with the Capricorn in my life. And so I was texting, and I was upset about a child, a 9-year-old in my life that I know, and this child is fed really, really, really horrible diet to the point to where he breaks out in acne, and he's pretty obese, and he sleepwalks now. And I had just got all this news all at once, and of course this emotion in me just bubbled up. I felt myself bubbling. My ascending is Cancer, and I just felt that emotion bubbling in me and getting so hot, and just and it all swelled in me, and that was probably not a good analogy, but so the emotion, and then so I just realized the Capricorn thing. Kate is still talking. I just got this message, and I'm like, man, I just got a hold of this certain emotion, and I know this is really horrible what this kid is going through, and to see kids suffer, it sucks. But I kind of took out the aspect that I knew him personally, and he was,
What did you do to it?
And then I was like, so.
Yeah, I just some of your friends.
Unmuted.
Did you answer?
Hello?
Hello?
I'm not sure what that noise was, but
I don't know.
I'll just wrap
It's an errant mouse. The mouse isn't working very well. I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're fine. So I just I took out the whole personable thing of, so this kid is just like every other kid, and every other kid is just me, and I went through so much stuff. I went through horrible eating when I was young, when I was his age. So I had to kind of back up, and I was like, don't get mad, Rach, because you know what? He's going through what he needs to go through, and whatever happens will happen. And it was amazing how I let go of it so fast. Yeah,
good job.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
When you accept all things, that's just the key that does it.
Yep. So, And he was. I looked up his birthday, and he was born on Mozart's birthday. So I was like, you know what, this kid's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So I think it's counting down for tonight. It was a great experience to be on the air tonight.
Yeah, we're down to less than a minute left, so.
Oh, yeah, it was great to talk to you, Rachel, and great to meet you, Leo, and great talking to Barbara and listening to Kate, and always really grateful for everybody.
Yeah, and I guess I'll finish up with a shout-out and a thank you to Critical Mass Radio for hosting the program. We all, want to support wherever we can. Thanks for everybody to tune in, and Kate will be back tomorrow. I apologize for the amateurish radio few minutes, but down to 10 seconds. So love and peace to everyone, and have a great evening, day, afternoon, wherever you are. It is now.
Now.
You that I know exists because I am you. I am intent. And that's the only intent I have, right? I've explained everything about me over the years, literally. There is no hiding. There's no need to, because consciousness is all things. And when we start to get that, you won't be worried about having, a private server or a private. And again, whatever. I just go along with the flow. But I see and read things entirely differently than most people around me. So, and that's not, I can hear the egos. I just felt them. Well, aren't you special, Kate? I said, yeah, I'm special, Kay. So are you. I told you all that you're all spirit of love. So tell me what part of you isn't Kate. So go ahead, attack yourself. Knock yourself out. Have fun with that. And then when you come back around on the full circle again, I'll sit there and I'll go, you're going to go around again? You're going to get dizzy doing that. Not only that, if you get dizzy, you're going to fall down. Oh yeah, this game is just beyond funny now. I can't even begin to describe 20 minutes of my day now because it's all coincidence, coincidence, right? Co, together, in, not, side, to kill, ends, mind. Or it could be co, inside, ends, which means two, there's your cooperative duality in the killing of mind. Every word, I've said this many times, every word means it's equal and opposite. But you're never going to hear it until you shut up long enough and slow down long enough, drive-through truthers. I want the answer now, Kate. Where's my bottle? I have my soother, my diapers. Would you, I'm not here to save anybody but me. Because the only one having my experience is me. That's my Christ, my experience. That's why you have all 12 disciplines within you. You kind of got a body that was given, that you're, walking around in. It's not yours, unless you want to take it with you after you decide to, opt out of it. There's for you. You want a meat stick? Here's another example of something that I come across, and I see it fairly regular. People still caught in the matrix. Oh, the birth certificate name is fraud. Everything we do is fraud. The government's been stealing our money through these trusts. And it's like, okay, what part of the clue are you missing here? You're still seeing the literal. You're still owned by the money. You're still owned by the trust, by the possessions, and all the rest of the shit that's in the matrix. It's an allegorical clue to the spiritual, and this is where I talk. And this is why I have such difficult times, but I play with it. I have some fun with it. And it's not about being right. That's the only thing that matters, is being right, on the right side, on less than benevolent intention. It's cool. Like I said, hate me as much as you want, because I own your goat, and I'm not going to give it back until you actually take it back. So please, have at her. There's nothing more disarming to an ego when there isn't one to play with. And we're at that point in this movie now where I can really bring this forward. for me to even begin describing the absolute hilarity of this game that everyone is still taking so seriously is far beyond words any longer. So what I'm going to do tonight is going to be more of a continuation. There's something I need to write to really get this across to you guys, to see what's really, really going on here. If you're getting caught up in literals, now let me tell you what an indigo child is, just to show you the joke, right? Let me see, what did I say? How did I put that to you earlier? Oh, indigo? Indigo, okay? That's indigo. So someone that's calling themselves an indigo child is telling me one of two things: that they're not indigo, not the ego, or in the ego. All right, so be careful when you want to walk around, putting a title on yourself. Oh, title. I think you pronounce it title. Right? And get into seriously, guys, just take 2 or 3 words and play with them. I was talking with a friend last night where I can take the letter I and create every letter in the alphabet with it based on phonics. Every letter. I can go right through the gauntlet. And once I own every letter, what do I have then? Well, I have every possible spelling of every possible sound on this planet. Oh, let me see. That means, that's right. I've recaptured my intent fully. The crow has come to roost in the crow's nest. That's your highest point. It's the highest point for observation on any ship. The crow's nest. They called it that for a reason. We did. We called it that. There's no divide and conquer. And another illustration, and I've had some people posting some stuff. Again, about names, this is not about giving it personally or taking it personally. I don't give a shit. I really don't. You're going to take whatever is given any way you wish. I can't change your mind. That's your job. How are you looking at it? If you have an emotional reaction or emotional response to it, then I have your goat. I own you. And I will walk you up and down until I can show you where the most perfect point of light in the divine feminine positive with the divine masculine positive creating. That's where the vampire and the werewolf come together at the end of the movie called Underworld Awakening. And I sat here and did we not have fun with that movie? Yeah. How many times did we laugh? All through it. Because what I was doing was showing the energies as they're interacting. I was showing the disciples, the disciplines. It's all there. Everything is right there in front of you. When you connect the numbers with the letters, with the sounds, with the music, with the astrotheology, with the biblical allegory, take all of these beautiful things and bring them together, then and only then will you see the common thread. That's why Einstein couldn't prove his theory of relativity, because he was only dealing with one element, and it didn't involve sound. He was dealing only in math. And you will never connect all of the dots with one science. Science, that's spirit mind. You must look at all the sciences. You've got to bring them all together. And there's only one common thread throughout everything. Sound. Phoenician. And I use that just as an allegorical representation of what it is I'm talking about. So for me, it's about me writing my own dictionary. Aries, by the way, is the ram of God, not the Aries god of war. You see? Mirror, mirror. Aries, you say Aries, I can give you the Lamb of God, and I can give you Satan all at the same time. Because they're both one and the same. The only thing that changes it is your perspective. How are you looking at it? What programs and emotions are running within you to stop you from doing that? You gotta be prepared. Excuse me. You've got to come to the table already stripped of emotions, where you sit in a neutral position and you listen to the voice of God, which is, I'm just one point of view. I'm just a voice in your head right now, as everyone is a voice in mine, telling me what I need in terms of me. And phi, X, right? There's the creation of life in action of me. That's what it means to fix. There's nothing broken. That's stupid. Everything's perfect. In the physical world, we have the illusions of imperfection. But then again, that's what perfection is. It is an imperfection, and that is very boring. And so we play these silly little games, and they're quite extravagant. They are intricate to such a degree that you can't do anything but laugh and be in awe of our creation. What God are you creating in your image? Are you trying to shape someone else outside of you with your opinions? If you're doing that, then you're trespassing on the free will choice of another to have an experience.
You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening, welcome to Inside the Box here, coming at you live Sunday night. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, the bitch of bitches, and I'm here to destroy any and all egos. And I got to tell you, there's one beautiful, beautiful thing about sitting where I'm sitting right now. Because you can hate me as much as you want, and I'll get your goat. And you can love me as much as you want, and if I can get your goat, I'll still get you. You see, the goat is the Capricorn. That's the climb. That's the mountain. That's the ram. That's the one that gets you to the top of the hill. And if I can get your goat at any point up that mountain, you know what I mean by getting your goat, then I own your intent. I own mind, and I'm trying to show you how to claim your goats back. Because if someone can get your goat, you've been got. If somebody can plant a seed within your mind, this is the joy, the absolute joy of the program that we have all been so beautifully programmed with, because once you know who you are, that greatest strength of the system now becomes its greatest weakness. I can plant ever seeds I want. So I'm not going to be hanging out too long tonight. I'm going to sit back tonight, but I do want to cover a couple of things, and I'm going to put on one of the Sivan Bomer interviews that I was part of. October, November last year. The main reason being is Sivan is wonderful at illustrating many things, but one of the cherry picks that I get from Sivan is his description of the energies. And this game is all about energies. So here, one sec, guys. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just there was barking in the background. Some dog, some crazy dog. Anyway, that's all good. Now, I want to replay that. There's a lot of reasons, and I only follow my heart, right? My intent, intuitive. And I want people to sit back a bit tonight without having to worry about asking questions or this or that or the other. And I'll also open the floor up to Mike and Mark if they want to take this, but I'm quite content with doing this, and you guys can let me know. Just text me on Skype or whatever if you want to do that, because I'm wide open for anything. I also want to give you guys a break from me. I need this to really start sinking in, and I'm not going to play any role that might even resemble someone that's going to come and rescue you, or someone that's going to be perceived as a savior or a pet of any nature. And I'm going to tell you why I know this, because those that still come at me with this Lemmy wants to jump off the cliff, I'm going to sit there with a pina colada and a lawn chair and going, I wouldn't do that. And then if they're awake enough and ask me, well, why not? Everyone else is. Well, I'm going to tell you, well, if you go there, that's not a good experience. You're going to bust everything apart, aren't you? Well, what do you mean? Everyone else is doing it, but can you see where they're at? Well, no, it's a long way down there. Well, take a leap of faith in the physical, and you destroy the physical. Good news is you get another experience. You come back, and that light at the end of the tunnel is you popping back out of a vagina somewhere. Gosh, Kate, never thought of that. Well, see, that's what I do. I spend so much time in literal meditation, even in a waking state. I'm constantly in that state of being. This is all I do. This is because it's way too much fun. When you start experiencing the bliss, I don't know about you, if you can have something that, imagine a favorite ice cream that you would never get sick of and never get full of. Every bite of ice cream taste like the very first one every time. This is the game I'm in. So have at her, take a run at me. I don't care. Come in and try to pick a cat fight if you want. Yeah, I ain't going to bite your hook. And people already know that. I'm not going to get on it. And I'm done dramatizing, playing along with everything and everyone at the table to get into the ego with you so that you can see it and I can experience it so you can hear me, the true me, through the beautiful allegory called the ego. Ego will always identify with itself. So I might as well use it, That's what ego identifies with. And until people can actually stand back and say, you can throw all the hate you want at me, I'm going to smile. And you can throw all the love you want at me, and I'm going to smile. Because at that point, your ego is destroyed. There's no fight. So you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to sit there and absorb and just be in the moment and hang out in this beautiful place, or you're going to listen to your ego, have all sorts of opinions, and walk away. And then the universe will come back and hit you with a feather, maybe a pebble, Mack truck, maybe a mountain. Depends on the level of opinion that you think you need to hold on to. And this is Groundhog Day, boys and girls, and this is why the game is over. And I already know that. I've already had... Well, the Twin Towers fell today. If anyone saw the west, left, port, Cane Mine, Virginia. So there's the